The first thing I do is look at the bush, and then I say, oh God, I gotta clean this up. So I pull all the weeds away from it because you don't want the weeds around the thing. So yeah, I just kind of take it off. And we know, let's see, this is called, I like to always know what the rose is so I know how to prune it. And this one looks like Tahitian Sunset. So it's a nice hybrid tea that grows with a lot of blooms like a floribunda. And now I'm just, then once I do the weeds, I see the crown. This is where the bud union is. And then I go, oh, look at all this dead wood. So I take the dead wood off because that wood is never going to bloom for you and you want lots of blooms. And so first thing, you cut the dead wood as close to the bud union or as close to the cane as you can. Go around the bush. These are dead, and if you have good eyes, it always helps, you know. This one looks completely dead, so I take it at the cane, close to the cane. Again, now you look this one. Oh, and you can see this one has some split on it. That's kind of like the canker that we know about. So this cane in general is looking dead, and it's also not healthy. So I'm going to take it back to the spot where it attaches to a larger cane. I don't have to prune at all, really. I prune to shape my bush, to keep it out of my walkways, really all like that. Here you have much more dead wood that you would have to prune off, because at home I just have dead wood from attrition or old age or things like that. Far less weather hazards, even though I do have some diseases that I prune back for. I don't really have to prune. Like here, you have to clean this bush up because it would look not very nice if you left all this dead wood through the new growth. One of the things that you do is just basically wanting blooms, keeping your bush clean, and you do that all year. You don't ever have to really do it just one time a year where I live. So when I'm pruning for either myself or a public garden, you want as many blooms as possible. A lot of times people will prune very heavily. Like this is a lot of canes for an exhibitor. If you just want a one beautiful rose, large bloom, tall stem, you're going to prune much of these small canes out. These small canes will produce lots of flowers, but they won't produce very large flowers. So in a public rose garden, you want a lot of flowers, not so many. You don't really care that they're large because they only last for, you know, like a week or so. So that's the difference, I think. And a lot of people have a lot of the videos and the things that you've been hearing for all time was that you had to prune harder. I just don't believe that that's true, and especially where I live.